We are going to be working with functional notation, which I know you were introduced to yesterday. We're going to talk about how it relates to graphing. So let's get some of the terms out of the way. Function is where each input has only one output. We've actually been working with functions for a really long time. Every time we drew a line, that was actually a function. Functional notation is a precise way to write a function in terms of the x and the y, the input and the output. So steps for substituting input and output, solving, is identify the x, substitute, whoops, it's a 1, Hanley, it's a 1. 1 for the x using the parentheses. So when you're substituting, obviously the x value is going to change. When you're substituting, you always want to make sure to have it in parentheses. F of x already has it in parentheses, so you're just going to throw that in there. But when it comes to the x, you want to put parentheses. Either that looks like a 21, and that's crazy and also wrong, because then 21 plus 1 is 22. That's not the same thing as 2 times 1, which is 2, plus 1, which equals 3. Two very, very different solutions. So step 3 is for the right side only. So only the output, we're going to solve it. So 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 equals 3. So the f of 1 equals 3. So what we're doing today is talking about how this makes anything for graphing. So what this is, the x, and what this is, the y. X, y, coordinate point. So we're going to write the point today. So the x will be given. So in this case, we see the x equals 1. That was given. We solved for the y. So at y equals 3. So remembering that the y is the same thing as the f of x, we could also write it in terms of f of x equals 3, which just means the same thing. The notation is a little different. I'm going to keep it this way just to kind of like reduce that confusion. But in terms of x and y, you also want to think of it as x, comma, f of x. Not totally perfect, but this is basically what I want you to think. So in this case, the x equaled 1, the y equaled 3. So that means the point was 1, 3. So that's what we're going to do. So today's notes, x, y, coordinate pair, something you know, but we're going to review it. We've been working with functional equations of a line. So this is the points on the line. X is the input, y is the input. The other name for the f is that y, is the f of x. Now, I'm also going to point out that this is called a function. And one of the ways that we think about functions is the function is the machine. So you put anything into the machine, it goes boop, 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 and spits out the output, right? So it's kind of the in-between. The machine is the rule or also the function equation. So anything you put in there, it'll spit out whatever you want, which is the out. So the rule is the function equation, which is what I just said. This is a great video of just kind of putting together what we mean by function machine. It's a really common analogy. I recommend taking a moment to look at it. Let's get into the practice, however. So here's my example. Using this equation, we have 2x plus 1 and x equals 1. So we're actually going to be using this equation a lot, so get very friendly with it. So we have f of 1 equals 2 times 1 plus 1. Well, we just went over this one, so we know f of 1 equals 3. And then we put it in its coordinates. So here I'm kind of outlining what the colors mean. So we have the purple, the Band-Aid, the sand, and that's what we're going to go through. So I'm going to do the first one with you, and then I'm going to let you guys have it because I feel like it is a little helpful when you guys see it. So here it was nice. I gave you the first step. You're welcome. So f of 1 equals, oh, because this is the same one. Miss Hanley, you're losing it. I'm going to do 2 with you guys. You can do 1 on your own. So now looking at, we have x equals 2. Nice switch up. Still did the first step for you. You're still welcome. We have f of 2 equals 2 times 2 plus 1. Well, I'm going to show you all the math because I'm a math teacher and that's what I do. We have 2 times 2, which equals 4, plus 1. Bringing that down, excuse me, f of 2 equals 5. Let's double check my math. 2 times 2, 4, plus 1 equals 5. Nailed it. So we are now going to put it into its coordinate form. So remembering, this was given to us. We have the x. We didn't have to do anything for it. It was just handed over on a platter. So x is equal to, so that's 1/2 my coordinate, comma. Now I have to figure out what I just solved. What did I just do? The f of 2 is 5. Coordinate done. You guys got this. I'm looking forward to grading it. Good luck. Please feel free to email with any questions.